Today on Com Talk, we're taking a look at the return of SpyxFamily.
Glicks, what is going on?
We are receiving a signal from a new area on the planet Geekery.
All right, let's see what the planet has for us today.
Opening forms in 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Com Talk, the podcast extension of Geek Devotions, the show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. This is episode 176, and I am joined with the handsome, the very deep baritone today.
It's because I'm not feeling good.
Dallas.
Hello, devoted geeks. Glad to have everybody here with us today. Please excuse my voice.
I don't like it when you don't feel well, but I'm not mad at that voice.
Yeah, I'm not felt good the last couple of days. Fun fact, Mucinex D will keep you from sleeping. And I did not know that on Thursday night when I took it at 7 o'clock at night.
Oh, but he found out.
Oh, I found out quick the next day. So when we recorded Friday's episode, or when I recorded it, I got up. I tried sleeping a little bit. I was trying to get some sleep. And one of our neighbors is doing some yard work apparently. And I'm not begrudging anybody. That's, it's Friday in the middle of the day. They should be able to do that.
Yeah.
And so it woke me up. So I finally got up to record after the buzzing had gone off. I was like, well, I might as well do something. And my body was shaking because I was so sleep deprived.
So sad. So Dallas has rested. And while he sounds like the guy from the what is it? Old Spice. Old Spice commercial.
Look at your man. Look at me. I'm on a horse.
Exactly. Or it sounds like you should have that 21 Pilots songs going in the background. That
Oh, yeah.
We are glad he is starting to feel better.
Yeah.
So Dallas,
Celeste.
we watched an episode.
Yes, we did.
What did we watch an episode
We
of?
watched SpyxFamily, which
So cute.
was super cute. I was super excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
This may be a week of watching new animes and talking about it. I don't know. I'm going to talk to the guys about something else. I'll tell you after this.
Okay.
But
I'm like, you're making plans on a podcast.
I know. But yeah, it was a great return to the world. For those who don't know what SpyxFamily is, though, Celeste, what is SpyxFamily?
SpyxFamily, or if you see it written out, SpyxFamily, don't say the X, that's not how that's said, is an anime about three people mostly, three main characters, although Anya steals the show. You have Lloyd Forger, who is a spy from the West. You have Yor, who is an assassin for the East.
Right.
And then you have Anya, who was a science experiment and is psychic.
Right.
And so none of them know. And well, I say that, none of them. Anya is the only one who knows everything about all the players.
Right.
And then you have Bond,
Bond.
who is the fluffiest white dog.
Bondo.
And he's
the bestest of boys.
He is the bestest of boys. He is also a seer.
Yes.
So
Now, when you say seer, what does that mean?
It means that he sees the future, and because Anya can read minds, she can see what he sees. They played with that in the season finale last time because Bond was seeing something happen to Lloyd, and so Anya was determined to save him because he was communicating what he was seeing.
Right. So that's it in a nutshell. They're our pretend family.
But the only one who knows everything is Anya, who's like maybe 4.
Right.
So, she's adorable.
Yeah. This show, we started watching it last year.
Yeah.
Just on a whim.
It looks cute.
It did. It did look cute. but it genuinely just stole our hearts.
It is one of the most wholesome shows that's out at the moment, I think. As far as anime goes, it's you deal with some things like Yor is an assassin.
Yeah.
And she is very good at what she does.
Yeah.
So like the opening scene of this episode, I was like, oh, I'm glad that this would not be where someone would start because she has done her job.
Right.
And they're scanning through the fact that she did her job. And so I was like, oh, this is grim.
Yeah.
But then it lightened up for the rest of the episode like it does.
Yeah. That's the interesting thing about it is you have these throughout the entirety of the series. Not every episode is this way, but there's some episodes where you have like this darker, grim, like, oh, what's happening here? But then it just turns into a lighthearted adventure immediately after that. And it's a really interesting way that they play with that tonal shift throughout the entirety. And it's not a bad tone shift. You know, when we did our review on Guyver for Bottom Shelf, one of the things the guys and I talked about is how bad the tone shift is, where it's dark and scary, and then it's comical and weird.
Yeah.
And but this, it does a great job of balancing those tones out, and the majority of it is lighthearted and joyful.
Absolutely. I think that the scenes that are not lighthearted are the ones that Anya's not in at all. And so it goes from, because Anya really is the star of the show. The adults are just there to be adults. So, but if you see just Lloyd or just Yor, you get more character development generally, but it does tend to be a little grimmer. The rest of the time, it's pretty much as Anya would see things.
Right.
Even when you're hearing what the adults are thinking, you're hearing it through the filter of this 3-year-old. So, a very mature 3-year-old.
Yeah.
But maybe 4.
Right.
But I think that's what the tonal shifts are, is it's going from there's no children around, this is reality.
Yeah.
And then you have Anya going, do you want a peanut?
I think that's what I love about it, the show, is, and I think that's why it works, is because it is through Anya's eyes and the innocence of this young lady going through a very interesting situation. Again, this is a fake family Lloyd's put together for a mission to get close to a dignitary. And Anya is along for the ride. She's obsessed with spy films.
Yeah.
And so she's like loving every bit of it. You know, her pretend mom is an assassin. So she's just like, this is my dream come true.
Right.
And she's experiencing this world in this whole wholesome, innocent way. And even when it's serious things, she goes, oh, and there's seriousness behind it, but then but when they roll off with it, she's still serious as a 4-year-old would be.
Yeah.
Or I think she's 5 because she's in primary school right now.
Oh, that's right. She's in first grade.
She goes,
I think she's actually younger, because remember in the very, very first episode, he was like, she looks young.
Oh, yeah.
So I think she is younger. She is just, because she can read minds.
Right.
She knows a lot more and is a bit more mature.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. So, but she is hysterical. But even today's episode that we talked about today, where Yor gets shot in the butt, which already it's terrible. It's funny. It's I got shot in the butt. Of course, Yor's not trying to say anything like that. She's keeping quiet
because no one can know she's an assassin.
Right. Lloyd is freaking out because he thinks Yor is mad at him for some reason, and he's like, I have to fix my family. And all Anya hears is, oh, Mama got shot in the butt. Or no, Mama got shot. And
with a gun.
With a gun. And even that doesn't kill her. Because all she sees is cartoons. Guy gets shot and they're gone. But not Mom. Mom is a hero.
I appreciate that also Yor legitimately has a love for Anya. She does her best to be a good mom.
Yeah. Well, even Lloyd. Lloyd has, when this started off, this was just about the mission. But he has grown to, this is my family. It's still a pretend family.
Not that he will admit that.
Right. But it's still this is my family. And And that's what I love about the show. I'd honestly be really interested in seeing our friends over at the Cellcast do a review on it. If you're not familiar with Cellcast, the Cellcast, hosted by Jacob and Drew, review animated movies and TV shows, discussing what they appreciate about the medium in whatever form it takes, whether it's traditional hand-drawn animation, movie, claymation shorts, or 3D CGI series. And of course, you can check out some animated reviews when you subscribe to the Cellcast at cellcast.podbean.com. And don't forget that's Cell, spelled with a C and a single L, at cellcast.podbean.com, who are also part of the Culture Box podcasts, or Culture Box Network, which is our network that we're part of, where we're unpacking truth through story, comedy, and geekery. Check out Culture Box at culturebox.media.
That's our plug for the episode.
You like how I did that?
I do. I know that Drew loves Spy Family.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think he might have actually been the one to turn us on to it.
Was he? He might have been.
Maybe. I don't remember. It's just, last year for my birthday, you got me Crunchyroll. And so we've been doing a big deep dive into a lot of different animes because we have access.
Yeah.
So we're not just relying on it to come on to Hulu.
Right.
So, which shout out to Hulu for being there in the crutch. But there's a lot of stuff out there.
Yep. Well, tell me about this episode. Like, it's been several months since we watched this. How does it feel coming back into this episode?
I loved it. And I actually, because I've read some of the manga, this was an extra story in one of the manga.
Really?
It was like a bonus chapter of just a not part of the actual mission, but this is a thing. And so, like, as it was happening, I was going, I remember this. Like, they were doing a great job of doing specific scenes from the anime, but at the same time, not that they from the manga, not that they changed anything, like how things played out, but just seeing it in color and seeing it moving and hearing voices rather than reading it, it was a whole different experience. It was great. Right.
Well, and you bring up an interesting point. You've read several of the mangas, and we've been watching it. How does this do with the storytelling between the manga and the anime?
It is fantastic. It does basically one for one. This is why it is so frustrating to me when American studios try to make books into movies and they fail because it can be done.
Right.
So they do a really good job of it.
The watching it for the first time today again, for me, it brought back all the joy of the show. Like, I forgot how much I enjoy it.
Yeah.
How much we laugh at it and the sweetness of it. Like I think we smiled the entire time throughout this episode.
Except for like the first 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. I think in the first 5 minutes. It was more like the first 2 minutes. And then all of a sudden she's like, I've been shot in the butt. And we're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she comes in, she's got this face.
Oh, gosh. She scares a bear. So and the new intro is fantastic. I'm going to have to go and search up that music and add it to my anime playlist. But it's so, like, it just fits the vibe of the whole show. You know, when we went through Assassination Classroom, the upbeat pace of the music didn't fit the vibe of the show.
Right.
It did, but it didn't at the same time. Like, you had to get real deep into it.
Right.
And by that time they changed the song. So it just didn't mesh. This one, the intro song makes you smile.
Yeah.
It is just sweet. And it fits perfectly.
Yeah. And again, that's just everything about the show carries the tone that we've been talking about of just, it's sweet, it's bubbly, it's fun, not in an annoying way. Sometimes shows like that get annoying, now granted, we're grown adults who like to watch fun, cartoony,
Right.
bubbly stuff. You know, when we go on vacation and
we
we
stay in a
stay at a
hotel.
hotel that has cable on, and it just happens to be the morning time. We're watching it. We're watching Teen Titans Go. It's stupid, but we enjoy it.
We put on Cartoon Network.
But that being said, this show, the way it's written, the way it's done, it does a great job of bridging that. I think that this is something that younger audience, not super young. I will say this is not a tiny kids show,
Right.
but it is a show that I think that younger people, young teenagers, and up to adults can enjoy together because there's a sweetness to it. There's a kindness to it. I think for the kids, again, probably 11, 12 years old up, you know, there's the adventure and there's all the joy, but at the same time for the adults, there's some of the humor. There's some humor that the kids just won't get because, you know, like they used to do with television. Usually television was that way, where there were things that just adults would get. They weren't foul or inappropriate, but there are things that just kids wouldn't understand. And so it captures all that. But at the same time, it does this great job of just, I think, reminding adults of innocence. The innocence of Anya amazes me. And I think that so many people are missing that in storytelling right now.
Yeah. It's and to have been through what she had been through.
That's a good point.
And to still be innocent. Like, again, she's young, but she was literally an experiment that got thrown away.
Yeah.
Like, they put her in an orphanage.
Yeah. In an orphanage that just didn't care.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't even a good orphanage. It was the best thing to happen for Anya was Lloyd coming in.
Right. To establish a fake family.
Exactly. So what does that tell you about her life? That a spy from the other side coming in and getting her out is the best thing that could happen to her.
Yep. So, what else do you want to talk about with this episode?
So I do want to explain something real fast. We are in the middle of sci-frights.
Oh, yeah.
And this is neither sci nor fright.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of is science fiction.
Yeah.
Because, you know, telepath. All that. We started watching a movie on Hulu called The Simulants.
Right.
Because we thought that it would fit with the theme. And we stopped it because Dallas fell asleep on the couch.
I did.
And normally Dallas does not fall asleep during movies.
It's true.
Like, that is not his thing. If anyone's going to fall asleep during a movie, it's me.
Even when I'm sick, I don't normally fall asleep. Now, again, I am not feeling great.
Yeah. But still, like, it just wasn't fantastic.
Yeah. It just, wasn't kicking. So what I'm hearing is that's probably not going to be Friday's devotion.
It is probably not going to be Friday's devotion. I'm really debating if I want to go finish it. Like, because we were like an hour in and I still don't know what the point is.
Yeah. It just wasn't catching.
Nah.
You want to go to Excalibur?
I'll think about it.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of other things we've been doing, watching, at the beginning I kind of teased we may do a podcast episode of this, but I don't know now. I did some digging. This past week, they dropped a brand new Gundam series on YouTube. The first episode, the official Gundam Info website. They have a YouTube also, and they drop stuff. But it's Mobile Suit Gundam Metaverse. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, you know. But then I realized that wasn't what it's called. It's Gundam Build Metaverse, and so it's part of the Gundam Build series, which they have like different versions. Like they have Gundam Build Divers, Gundam Build Fighters, Gundam Build Fighters Try, Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise, which I've seen several of these, but I don't think that the guys were gonna, because the opening episode, because I read the comments, features people from the original series.
Oh,
so that's pretty cool.
That is.
But
cool.
I was like, this is not a good jumping on point for the dudes.
Nah.
So although I really think Branson's kids would enjoy Divers.
Oh, probably. Probably.
So, but I may watch that later.
Okay.
Just because Gundam and Gunpla.
Understood.
Yeah. So, well, with Sci-Frights coming down the pipeline are happening right now. Again, we're gathering some stuff. We're trying to keep that balance of what we're really into, but keep the kind of suspense type of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So there may be some stuff based around Predator coming up.
Yeah.
I am working in the background on some stuff based around gargoyles. Getting the more kid style than it is the super scary stuff.
Well, when it comes to you and I, we don't like the super scary stuff.
Right. Which is why I'm thankful we have a team that some of them are far more into
Oh,
it.
yeah.
John's working on a really interesting article reviewing some more intense anime. And
Oh, that's right.
so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I have pre-ordered the Gargoyles video game.
Woohoo!
And we will be having a review for it up by the end of the month. So it comes out this week, I think.
I think so.
So I'm not sure what day it is. Hopefully it's the Thursday, Friday. And what I may try to do is play it during the day and then review it if I'm not dying. Okay, so Celeste just confirmed with me when it comes out. It comes out on the 24th, which is a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So for some reason, I thought it was earlier in the month. So
it will probably be what you play for Pray and Play that night.
No, because Play and Pray's on Mondays now.
Oh, that's right.
So we moved our Play and Prays.
We moved our Pray and Plays.
I
need to change it on the calendar.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, we moved them to Monday nights. And for various reasons, just life. We have a lot of things come up on Tuesdays, and we're tired of canceling on you guys all the time.
Yeah, we are.
So we're trying to make room where we can be more present and do stuff appropriately. So we have Play and Pray on Monday nights. I did this last week, and we tried something. We kind of streamed it to Twitch and to YouTube, and so which was okay. But it's up on YouTube if you want to watch it still, obviously. And
it actually premiered as a video the next day.
That's because I made it that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I went through and I edited out all the beginning stuff where I was trying to figure out what was going on. That way we had a proper intro to a YouTube video.
Gotcha.
And so something for you to keep in mind when you do your Play and Pray in the next couple of days.
Yeah. That's a thing.
So I tried playing Call of Duty, and it was bad. I was really struggling.
Well, you also were starting to not feel well.
I was starting to not feel well that stream. You're right. That's when it started.
Yeah. So I think that had more effect than anything else because you weren't as animated as you normally are. So Dallas is convinced that our community doesn't like when he plays Call of Duty. And while that's fine, if they don't, it does not. I'm of the stance that it does not mean he can't play it on stream because Dallas enjoys Call of Duty.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things. So anyways, but we were doing that on Monday nights and it's pretty fun. But we're hoping that it makes more windows for you guys to interact with us and for us to interact with you, pray with you, encourage you, have some fun.
Yeah.
Goof off a little bit.
Just a little bit.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about, Celeste?
I think we're good.
All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out today, and we appreciate you. I want to say thank you before we sign off, to those who support us.
Yeah.
In various ways. There are some of you who support us by just simply watching these episodes, whether you're watching this on YouTube or you watch the Geek Devotions on YouTube, or you're sharing it out to folks. Thank you guys for doing that. Helps. It really does. It does. And encourages us. And then hearing back from people about how these episodes have encouraged them or challenged them, or how perhaps, the content we've created, how you've used it to help other people. That really does something for us. Yeah. We don't do this for the likes and for all the stuff, but the affirmation, not the affirmation, but the assurance, not the reassurance. What's the word I'm looking for? The confirmation. The confirmation that what we're putting out there is affecting people helps a lot.
It does.
Great example. We're prepping for GeekCon. Posted up in one of the groups asking for prayer that we're part of. It's for For those of you who don't know, I'm an Assemblies of God minister. So I post up in a Facebook group and for AG individuals, and a person goes, "Holy crap, I didn't know you guys were AG." I said, well, Celeste and I are, not the entire team.
Yeah, that's intentional.
And they're like, I'm a military chaplain. I've used a lot of y'all's material for some of my stuff that I do. And I was like, wow. And so it's encouraging to hear that. And so we appreciate you guys doing that. Of course, we also appreciate those who support us financially.
Absolutely.
Through Patreon or other aspects. Thank you guys for believing in what we do and helping us to let people know they're loved and they're cared for. And we love you guys. We genuinely do love and appreciate you.
Okay, well, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Calm Talk today. If you have loved this episode, head on over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify to rate and leave a review. It is very much appreciated. So until next time, stay devoted.
Peace and love.